How about the coach himself, Kirby Smart, joining us here tonight? And Coach, we were talking to your wife a moment ago. I think this is just sort of a cool thing to look out on and see the way the players come together for a night like this. Everywhere you look, everybody's happy and having a good time. What does this mean for you personally?
Well, it means a lot to me because I know what it means to Coach Richt. And I had a grandfather that had Parkinson's, my mom's dad, and it touches me that he still gives back to this community. Obviously, we've got several players that have Crohn's disease. So when you get an opportunity to give back to your community, I think it's incredible to do that. And our players love it. So our players like winning, so they want to wear this belt.
Yeah, we've already shown the belts. They're a very cool thing to see. In the case of Coach Richt, obviously we know the personal health challenge that he's dealing with, but in my personal conversations with him, we've had him on my show and things like that, this is a guy that the best that I can tell is still leading as well as he's ever led, and I think that's a tremendous personal testimony for him, and I'm sure you would agree with that too.
Oh, he's a coach at heart. He's tough. He's got a great family. I mean, look what he's done with this community, Miss Catherine and all his kids. John's a great coach. Coach Richt's just a pillar in the community, and he's meant so much to me in my career. Having worked for him for a year and been around him, you just love the man. And
obviously you talked before, in a joking way, your players want to win. They like the idea of the belt. But the sense that I also get too is these guys understand the fame they have. They understand the love they have from the rest of Georgia fans. Leveraging that for a good cause here tonight, that's something that they also seem to have a real sense of the impact they can make on the community by doing something like that.
Oh, yeah, it's a platform for them. They have a platform. They want to give back. They like bowling, and they know it means a lot. And we've had several coaches stand up in front of our team and explain what Coach Richt meant to them. And when Coach Hartley, Coach Bobo, Coach Searles, Jarvis Jones, Jonas Jennings all talk about Coach Richt and what he's done for this community, all these kids want to get back to that.
Well, you're the ultimate scout. Nobody has a better game plan than you. How have you scouted these guys? Who do you expect to bowl the best tonight?
Well, I saw Warren Brinson with a belt, so that tells me that he's a former winner or he's a fraud. I don't know which one. But he must be the best bowler. There's a lot of them talking noise back and forth.
We were joking earlier. I don't know about the form, but these guys throw it hard, though.
Oh, God. The pins are not safe. A couple of them last year, I mean, they'll crack the pins now.
Well, listen, Coach, we appreciate your time. It's a busy week. Thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate it. Nice shirt. We love it.
I appreciate it.
Live from the Dawg Bowl, I'm Kaylee Mansell with the head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs, Kirby Smart. Everywhere I turn, dapping somebody up, somebody saying hello. What's it like being in a room with all these people and being able to catch up with some former teammates and other guys?
I love it. I love the fact that I get to see all these guys. Most of them, I mean, there's very few guys I played with, but there's a lot of guys that I coached against from other places or, played for Bobo, played for Searles, played for Coach Richt, played for Coach Donnan. So it's really cool to get to see everybody in one place. And it's like a Letterman's event, but it's for a good cause. And it's also a lot of great people here in the community.
I heard a rumor that you're not bowling tonight. You might be one of the most competitive people I've ever seen. How come you're not out there tonight?
I'll tell you honestly why I'm not. Because last year they talked me into bowling, and I threw one ball, and I threw a strike, and I walked away. And I said, that's it. I'm never bowling again. I threw my only bowl, I threw a strike, and I stopped. Because if I go back and do it, I can only go down from there. So I can't do it.
Hey, look, got to go out while you're on top. I think I told you that last year. It still remains today. All right, so we do this event in honor of Coach Richt, someone that I know is near and dear to your heart. When you look back on your time with him, what's your fondest memory with him, and what's the biggest thing that he taught you?
He taught me a lot of lessons because I went from Bobby Bowden to Nick Saban to Mark Richt, and Coach Richt was so influential on putting family first and how much it meant to have a program and do it the right way. And our staff was great when I was here. Willie Martinez, Rodney Garner, Mike Bobo, Neil Callaway, all these great coaches and all these great players I got to be with. But Coach Richt led that group from a really good spot. We had devotions every day at staff meeting, and it's just something that always has stuck with me. Like, he cared more about the person and player than he ever did about the result of the game.
So you, along with Mark Richt, met with the team tonight before the event. What did you tell your team about the importance of this event and what it does for Parkinson's and Crohn's?
Well, they have a platform, and whether they believe it or not, they owe this community something, and you got an opportunity to give back. And our players love doing it. First of all, they like to bowl. They like to win and compete. And when you're doing it for a good cause, like Parkinson's, a lot of them have had family members affected by Parkinson's or Crohn's. And so when you have that in your family, you want to do something for the people in this community.
All right, last thing. Games are still going on right now. If hypothetically, if you were a betting man, which player would you put your money on to bowl the best game tonight?
Ooh, based on what
The DBs aren't an answer because I know you're a little bit biased in that regard.
I was going to say Dan Jackson. So Dan Jackson, he's got a good score, but I saw Warren Brinson carrying a belt, which scares me, which means if he repeats, we'll never hear the end of it. So I got to hope that it's not Warren Brinson, but he would be my bet.
Congratulations on your 100th win. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you so much, Kaylee.